Ever accidentally texted the wrong person? Yeah, we've all been there. But can you imagine if that accidental text went to, say, a narcotics investigator?
Especially when you're trying to buy drugs.
Exactly.
That's a whole other level of awkward.
Well, that's exactly what happened to Octavia Wells in Bay County, Florida.
Oh, this is that Florida woman's story, right?
The one and only.
I saw this one. It's wild.
41 years old, wanted some fentanyl, and whoops, sent a text to the wrong number.
Straight to a sheriff's office narcotics investigator.
Not the dealer she was hoping for.
I mean, talk about bad luck.
This is one of those stories that just makes you shake your head. But it's also a chance to dive into some bigger issues. We're talking drug use, obviously.
The ever-evolving world of law enforcement tactics.
And how technology, our phones and all, can really backfire sometimes. So let's break this down. New Year's Eve in Panama City.
Setting the scene.
Octavia sends a text asking for a couple of points.
Points. That's code, right? Street slang for fentanyl. 1/10 of a gram, typically. Yeah. It's the kind of language that narcotics investigators are trained to spot immediately.
And this investigator, they were definitely paying attention. They saw that red flag and knew exactly what Octavia was after.
So what do? Bust down her door?
Not quite. They decided to play it smart.
Engage, gather more information, and then...
Exactly. They kept the conversation going, acting like the dealer Octavia thought she was texting.
Classic undercover tactic. You see it a lot in drug investigations. It's a delicate balance, though. Got to make sure everything's done by the book, ethically and legally.
Absolutely. But in this case, it worked like a charm. They set up a meeting at a gas station in Panama City.
Thinking she's about to score.
Octavia shows up, ready for her New Year's Eve. Kick me up, let's say.
And bam.
She's met by a whole team from the Bay County Sheriff's Office Special Investigations Division.
Bet that wasn't the kind of fireworks she was expecting.
Not even close. And it gets better. Or worse, depending on how you look at it. They searched her car, and guess what they found?
Oh, come on. This is the part where it gets really interesting.
A whole stash of drug paraphernalia. Foil. A bag with fentanyl residue. A scale. You name it, she had it.
Paraphernalia is a big deal in these cases. It's not just about possession charges. It helps investigators understand how deeply someone's involved in drug use.
And to make matters even worse, after they put her in the patrol car, they found even more paraphernalia on her person.
She was holding.
Seems that way. Now you'd think caught red-handed, right? No way out. But Octavia, she had an explanation.
Oh, I'm sure she did. Let me guess. Wrong number.
You got it. Claimed it was an accident.
Accidental fentanyl text, sure.
She said she had a contact saved with initials similar to her dealer's.
Convenient. Anything else?
Oh, yeah, the real kicker. She said she was actually on her way to rehab that day.
Yeah.
Just needed a little something to get her through before checking in.
Come on. It's just...
I know, right?
But honestly, it speaks to the power of addiction. People make choices they wouldn't normally make. Desperate choices.
Absolutely. It's a sad situation all around. But the law is the law. She ended up with multiple charges. Unlawful use of a communication device, possession of drug paraphernalia, driving with a suspended license, the whole 9 yards.
Texting for drugs, folks. It might seem harmless, but the consequences can be very, very real.
She was released on bond, but with strict conditions. No alcohol, random drug testing, and a court date looming in January.
And that brings us to the heart of it, doesn't it?
What's that?
The blurry line between our online lives and the real world. Our digital actions have real consequences. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so good.
It's like anything else, I guess. You got to be careful, Think before you act. Or in this case, think before you text. Especially when it comes to, well, illegal substances.
This whole thing is a cautionary tale, really. Technology is a powerful tool, but it can be a double-edged sword.
Definitely makes you think twice about who's on the other end of that message.
And about those saved contacts with similar initials.
You never know who you might be texting. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.